All right, so we went to go see Connie's house. I had seen it first. We ran some numbers on it, put in a potential offer, but I was a little concerned, so I asked you if you wanted to come and take a look. You came out, we toured it, and I think that it was a little bit rougher than I had portrayed to you.
I don't know if that's the case, but it was definitely rougher than I thought. So I think we offered 85. She was willing to take 85, is that right?
Nope.
Or she wanted 90?
She wanted 90 for
Okay,
it.
so we offered 85 cash, and she said 90, and we said, let's go take a look at it. So we went and took a look at it, and I was like, maybe we should pump brakes a little bit. And in that conversation, she was there with us. We walked through and we said, we want to talk to some contractors. And so now what we're gonna do today is we're gonna call a couple contractors and we're gonna see if we can line them up to go walk through the property so we can get some firm numbers on the rehab estimates. I wanna get at least a back of the envelope quote to make sure that our rehab numbers are correct.
Connie was nice enough to give us a couple of the contractors that she recommended. So I have them right here. In the first one that we're gonna call, he has a pretty cool name, Devin Thrasher. That's why I chose him first.
So before you call any contractor, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the address of the property, you have some details about it, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, and what you want to do with it. That way you can get an idea of what they can do, what they're capable of, and all the different types of like big portions of the project. Does it need a new roof, do you think? Do you need air conditioning? Do you need plumbing? Do you need electrical? Does it need foundation work? There's some really big things that can be a part of a rehab, and some contractors might not actually do that work. They might need to sub it out or bring somebody else in, or have a general contracting license to pull certain permits.
Okay, so it's 204 East 11th Street. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath, 0 floor.
Yeah. That's true. 1,000 square feet? Something like that?
About 1,000 square feet, yeah. I think it was just a shade under.
Devin Thrasher. Is he expecting your call?
He is not expecting my call.
So we're cold calling a couple contractors.
Correct.
Did you do any research about the contractor ahead of time?
No, just the fact that she recommended him.
Didn't Google him?
Nope.
Okay. Another recommendation I have is definitely Google the contractor. Find out, do they have a contracting license? Are they actually licensed locally? What does their website look like? Do they have a Facebook page? I go and I want as much information when I come into a call like this as possible. Can you spell his name?
Yeah. So his company is called Stewardship Home Solutions.
Columbia?
Yep.
So Stewardship Home Solutions, handyman in Duck River, Tennessee. I've got some information about that. I see 11 Google reviews, all 5 stars. So I'm gonna just read a couple of those. Ultimate professional, my family and I were so impressed with the workmanship, abilities. So it looks like there are 2 reviews. The rest of them are just 5 stars. I'm gonna quickly go to Facebook. Okay, found him, owner, operator. Okay, we've got 2 kids, soon to be 3 kids, goes to church. I wanna get an idea of who they are. That's all the shares that are on his page.
Interesting.
So this is where the conversation is gonna go if he answers the phone.
Hey, this is Devon. I'm sorry I couldn't get to the phone right now, but if you'll leave me your name, your number, and a brief description as to the purpose of your call, I'll try to get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hey Devon, I was calling, I got your number from Connie. She's a real estate investor down in Columbia, Tennessee. We were looking at buying one of her houses and she referred you as a great contractor and handyman. So I just wanted to call to have a conversation with you about it. If you give me a call back, I'd really appreciate it. Again, I was just calling about a property down in Columbia that we're looking at buying. So give me a call back when you can, thanks. I have no idea what your phone number is. So
I knew that's good
I
enough.
just figured I'd make it really vague. He's got caller ID, I'm sure. It's
Yup.
probably a cell phone. Okay, so we're gonna do the same review on the next person. I'll do it real quick, and then we'll just cut right to the phone conversation that we had.
So next one is Pose Handyman.
Pose Handyman, here's a face. Okay, Pose Handyman, Columbia, Tennessee. 5 Google reviews. So let's see what we got here. Very hard worker, took great attention to detail, used the best equipment for the job, kept me updated on everything. Great worker, very reliable, does a great job on his work. I tried to call this business and a woman answered him before I could say hello. She said, "Stop calling me, you." It was very, very upsetting. Response from the owner: "I'm sorry that happened. You must have called the wrong number or something. We do not have a woman who takes calls. We have been having phone trouble, so I'd recommend email or various sites." Let's give this guy a call.
Give him a shot.
What's his name?
Luke Poe.
Luke Poe.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Bill. When I first started, I had a Google Voice phone number too. That was where all my leads called, and I set it up like that too. Big mistake. You should let it ring through. There's something you can check to turn off that voice on the front end for Google Voice.
Hi, this is Luke, Post Handyman Services. I can't come to the phone right now. You could send me a text message, and I'll get back with you shortly. Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey Luke, I was calling because I got your number from Connie. She's an investor down in Columbia, Tennessee. We're looking at buying one of her houses, and she referred you as one of her handyman contractors that she's worked with in the past. If you give me a call back, I'd appreciate it. Again, I was just calling about a house down in Columbia. We got your number from Connie. Thanks. See ya.
All right.
for 2. It's pretty typical.
All right, last one I think might be more promising. It might be bigger. Connie has not worked with this guy, but he's been heavily suggested. It's Burke's Home Improvement and New Construction. This is him.
Lewisburg. Licensed, bonded, insured is good. This is definitely going to be a more expensive path, but it'll be good to get multiple bids.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Whereas the other guys will probably have to be a little bit tighter managed. If you can dream it, we can build it.
That is a bold statement right there.
Do we know this guy's name?
Will Burke.
Will Burke.
Will.
Hey, is this Will?
It is.
Hey, Will. My name is Bill. I got your number from another real estate investor down in Columbia. She recommended you, and we're looking at buying a house to renovate down there to resell. Do you guys do those kind of projects?
Yes, sir.
What would be the best way for us to connect and you do a walkthrough of the property with us? Is that something you'd be interested in doing?
Yes, sir. We just schedule a meeting and we meet over there and kind of show me what you want to do, and I go to work and figure out what it takes to do it.
You've worked with some other investors before, or do you do mostly like retail stuff and new construction?
A little bit of both. So my new construction experience is all with investors.
This will be our first project down in Columbia, so we're looking for a couple people that we could work with as we do more down there. Is there anything that you guys can't do, or you could do like roofs and HVAC and all kinds of stuff like that, or?
Yeah, so I have an HVAC crew that works for me. I have, it's a sub crew. I have a roofing crew that works for me, and then I have 6 employees that work for me full time. We do a lot of kitchen remodels. We do a lot of shop house combos. We do a lot of bathroom remodels, additions, screen porches, full-blown interior remodels, you name it. I've been doing this for like 18 years, so I've got a pretty good contact list, if you will.
What about timeline for you? What would that look like if we did something together?
It just depends on the project. This time last year got to be pretty stressful, and I quit scheduling out 6 months and a year at a time because people were calling after you tell somebody 6 months, and they would call after 6 weeks and be like, "You ready to start?" Like, no.
Yeah,
like 3 or 4 months is what I normally try to schedule out each time.
Okay, great. So if we came to an agreement and we were somebody that you wanted to work with and you were somebody we wanted to work with, it's something that you could work in, you feel like?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Do you want to just like text back this number a couple of options this week?
You guys just let me know. I mean, give me some time to work through. I can have my assistant pretty much take my place in anything I need. I'll just be honest, I've got a pretty light week schedule because it's Christmas week.
Perfect. So let me see. We'll talk to the current owner and just find out when she can open it up for us to do a quick walkthrough. And then we'll send you a couple options.
No problem at all.
Will, thank you very much. It was great talking with you, and I really like your transparency. It was really nice.
Yes, sir. I look forward to meeting you.
Okay, me too. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
Any questions or takeaways from the call?
No, that made so much sense. I mean, you just basically, you didn't tell him more than you needed to tell him. You let him talk, but he didn't say anything that was crazy either. He seemed like a pretty straightforward guy.
It'll be interesting to see. I think he was definitely positioning it like it's probably going to need a lot more work than you think. It's going to be really expensive. That's what I heard from it. Like the undertone is it's probably going to be more expensive than you think. There's probably a lot of work that needs to go on down in these houses in Columbia, and he's right. And then so what we'll do next, we'll get him to get the bid, and before we work with him, we'll get some other referrals that he has, like some references.
Yep.
Call all the references, and anytime I call references, I also ask, do they know anybody else that worked with them? Because I want somebody who is a reference, but it's not on that list. So they're going to give you their top 3 best people that they've been conditioned and trained to talk to you about what they've done and how great of work it is. And they've gotten lots of calls. I want to find somebody who's not on their list. All right, so we'll set it up.
Yeah.
And go check it out.
I already text Connie. As soon as she responds to me, I'll follow up with him. And we'll be traveling this week, hopefully. All right.